Hi, Arnold. First of all, I wanted to address the big news that I saw on Embedded that you have a cat called Fish.
Yeah.
Does that make it a catfish?
Nope.
Okay, very good.
Non-related.
How on earth did you bring him to Fight Week, and is that something you usually do?
You disrespectful piece of shit.
I'm sorry.
Every tortoiseshell cat is a female. Okay?
Okay,
Know your cats.
I apologise.
Sorry, what was the question again?
Can't remember now. No, I said, do you often bring Fish to your Fight Weeks?
So, yeah. So the way we travel, like I come out for camp, my wife comes with me, we travel away. Obviously the cat comes with us. And then from here, we're going home back to England from Montreal. So the cat's been everywhere.
It's been a little while since we've seen you in the cage. I'm sure that's been a frustrating experience. Can you explain to us what you've been up to in your time away and why it has been a little while since we've seen you in there?
Yeah, I've just been very depressed and sitting at home injured and reading messages from people calling me shit. And Arnold, you're shit. Why are you ranked? You shouldn't be ranked. You can't. And I'm like, I don't fucking sit there on Tuesday and make the rankings. But yeah, that's what I've been doing.
So now that the opportunity to fight again is here for you, how excited are you to get back in there? How are you feeling ahead of this fight, and what are the emotions you're experiencing right now?
I'm loving it, to be honest. I'm so happy to be back. There was moments where maybe me being an idiot, but like there was moments of me thinking that it wasn't going to come. Like every time I get back to training, there's a little setback. Surgeons passing me around, this, blah, blah, blah. But everything's been good. I'm here, touch wood, and grateful to be back doing what I love, doing what I've worked for since I was like 12 years old. This is my dream. It's not just my job. It's what I want to do. And there's a lot more I want to do than just be a guy that fought in the UFC, so.
I feel like you're still one of the most underrated people in the division. It would be great to see you get some consistency in there. You are fighting an interesting man in Jean Silva. Curious what you think of him as a person and as a fighter.
I'll be honest, I think he's a lovely bloke. He's a nice guy. We had a hug and a handshake and everything. Hugged his wife and that. Yeah, lovely guy. I never thought anything different. I know he does a lot of gamesmanships and stuff, but yeah, he's a top bloke.
If he barks at you, are you going to meow back at him?
Come on, man. I'm a dog man first. The cat's the wife's.
Arnold, happy early birthday. Tomorrow's the big day, right?
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You've had a lot of layoffs. I know this has always been a constant thing.
Yeah.
When you were going through those ones earlier, did you ever think the longest one would still be ahead of you, which this one was?
No, I didn't. And with this one, it was like the only time I've actually had to step back and not train. The other ones, I wasn't necessarily injured. There was, I ain't going to go into it, but things that aren't in my hands. So, yeah.
How do you get on like a consistent path now, starting from this fight?
Just fucking win and I'm ready. I'm always the other layoffs I've had. I was ready the whole year. It was a lot of like scheduling and we're going to the UK in 6 months. We'll put you in there. So if I keep doing that and stay ready, I'm a bit more of a name now than I was then. So I think I deserve a bit more than just the London slot once a year. Like here I am, open up a Paramount Paramount numbered card, and there's a reason I got that spot. And the last few fights have been pay-per-views and kind of similar positions. So.
Yeah, and it seems like you're still in a good spot in the division. Like if Sean had won his last fight, I assume he would be fighting for the title next weekend, not Diego. So yeah. Beating him, do you feel like that puts you pretty high up in this division, especially we're going to get some clarity next week?
Yeah, absolutely. It's literally freshly proven that beating Jean Silva gets you a title fight, right? So, I don't know. The numbers next to your name literally do not mean a thing. So, yeah.
Who do you think wins between Volk and Diego next weekend?
I think it'll be very similar to the first fight. Yeah, and I see it playing out that way.
Thank you.
Arnold, right here. Your past opponents, like Jean Silva, seems, from the outside looking in, you might disagree, but has probably a very different style than Max and Giga and Movzar, these guys are fighting recently. So I guess how do you prepare for someone like Jean Silva where I don't even know he knows what he's going to do inside the octagon?
Oh, they know. He knows what he's doing. He's very calculated. The guy, he's got his little notepad. He's watching everything. He's watched every one of my teammates' Instagram stories. And, he's watched my Muay Thai coach, Ian Perron. He's watched his benders that he's been posting on the internet. And you know, I'm sure Ian posted some funny stuff, him drunk, and probably like, what the fuck is he training with this guy for? But Ian's a legend. And, you know, we've had Louis Sanadakis been barking at me and screaming at me in training. And, yeah, it was interesting, but it's been a good camp. To be honest, with the chaotic energy, it's been easier to prepare for than someone, say, like Mosvar or Max, you know. It's actually been a smoother camp than that.
I'm sure maybe you've heard it, because the media's probably heard it too, is when they announced that London card, they're like, oh, Arnold wins, he can headline in London. Him versus Lerone, makes sense. Is that even possible for you to get that quick of a turnaround?
Just like, look at my fucking record. That ain't happening. Maybe in 2013, I think I had like 6-7 fights in a year. Yeah, maybe then.
And would you want that, to get that kind of, activity back?
Nah, you know what? Like, no. I want to be elite. I'm not like at that stage where I just want to take any fight for the sake of it. Winning here, like, okay, maybe you don't give me a title fight, but winning here, it's a number one contender fight next, right? So I don't want to just go, oh, we'll have a 6-week quick turnaround after. I know it's not exactly that, but like, yeah, like I want to be ready, prepared, like world-class fights. I want that title fight.
Hey, Arnold over here. So happy early birthday, I wanted to say.
Thank you.
And tomorrow, it's your birthday, so how do you plan to, I guess, celebrate while still, cutting weight and preparing for your fight?
It's the first time in nearly 20 years of fighting that I'm actually going to be cutting weight on my birthday, so that's kind of shit. But when I'm in camp or like fight week, I become a little bit of a food cuck. So I'll sit at a nice little chair in the corner, I'll buy a cake for my team, and I'm going to watch them boys eat it. And I'm going to love every minute of it.
And you're also, you're very active on social media, Twitter, YouTube. How challenging is it for you to, I guess, promote yourself and your personality while preparing for such a big fight?
Well, I've been really shit at this camp, so I'd like to apologize to my sponsors that I have not been posting shit. So, yeah, I've been really quiet on the YouTube, I've been really quiet on the Instagram. I've just been enjoying the training, it's good to be back into a camp, and yeah, so it's not very difficult this camp, I just haven't posted shit.
Yeah, and I see all over your Twitter, you talk about as well, that you have autism, and also I saw that you spoke about Jean Silva, and you are on two different, I guess, sides of the spectrum, him being very loud, you being very quiet. Do you think maybe that plays a role in why this is such a fan favorite fight?
I just want to say I'm not officially diagnosed. I was diagnosed with ADHD as a kid, but maybe they got it wrong, and maybe I'm autistic instead. But yeah, maybe, right? He's an interesting character. Maybe I'm interesting because I'm quiet and awkward. He's interesting because he's loud and crazy. Yeah, but maybe that's where we've got like a mutual respect for each other, because we're like Autism Brothers,
Arnold,
Yes.
nice to see you, mate.
You all right, mate?
Yeah, are you keeping the mullet for this fight? I thought you said you were getting rid of it.
No, I just had it trimmed up because it was getting a bit silly. It was like, I was training actually a little while ago with Faraz, and he got pissed off because he was trying to choke me, and he got a handful of hair, and he told me I had to cut my hair. So I was like, sorry, coach.
Yeah. During this time away, during this layoff, has there been one particular area where you can look at and identify and say, I've definitely leveled up in that specific aspect?
Yeah, just like everything, to be honest. I've had to completely change my game. It's, having the time to reflect and look at everything from the outside while you're not competing. I wouldn't say, tell you where, but like I've definitely made big improvements. I got my black belt while I was out and making a comeback, so that's cool. There was a period where my beer drinking got a little bit better, but we're over that. We're away. That was over a year ago, so we're over that. But just everywhere.
I know it likely will have been difficult and challenging in certain aspects, but has it been a positive experience? Is there a shining light you can take from it?
Absolutely. Like, I was not over anything. I was never like sick of training or like not even close. Like, I love training, it's what I do. But like having this layoff and being forced out of the gym for a little period, definitely sort of reinvigorated me, gave me a whole new energy and a whole new appreciation for being able to do this job, you know, to chase this dream. And basically, I'm just grateful for everything I get to do, the life I get to live. You know, I'm in Vegas about to fight some guy in front of thousands of people with some of my best friends around. Like, what the fuck? What's better?
Best of luck, mate.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Arnold, how are you gonna react if he does his famous like spamming of the high five and forces you to be nice and stuff?
You can't force me to be nice. I'm literally like the nicest guy you'll ever meet. Like, come on, man, what are you gonna do? You know what? I'm gonna counter him. I'll high five him 2 times for every one he does. How about that? You watch the shittest fight you've ever seen. It'll just be 2 blokes having like a handshake and a hug and you know, he'll go to, you know, what is it? When he walks in the cage, I'll be there like, no, wait, you first. I'll hold the door. No. We won't even get in the fucking cage.